everybody, I'm Shamli Shivalkar from Bloggers Ideas, and this week I decided to review a writing course on Masterclass by Judy Blume. So I chose to do a detailed review on this course that you will totally love. She is one of the most famous writers and the author of a very popular book named Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. So this is a masterclass course. So let me do the first thing first. What is masterclass? If you have gone through my previous videos, I'm pretty sure you guys know what masterclass is. But if you haven't, don't worry, I'll brief you. Masterclass is an online platform where you can get courses in any field you demand. Have you ever thought about how can you bake a cronut? Imagine learning that from the founder of desserts. Yes, the masterclass really has some of the best instructors in the world. The best part is all the information you gain from masterclass is completely accurate because it comes from the best sources possible. Aren't you feeling excited already? So you must be thinking, how much does it cost? If you take a single course on masterclass, then it will cost you around $90 and you can get access for it for a longer time. You also have an option of $180 purchase in which you get an all-access pass. Through this, you can learn any course from any field throughout the year. Isn't this such a great chance? So what are you guys waiting for? Go and grab your earliest passes and keep watching Masterclass. This is an amazing course by one of the most famous and award-winning author. This masterclass consists of 24 lessons that are about 5 to 25 minutes. Judy covers how to craft a plot, how to look for ideas, how to write, and how to create characters, and a lot more. This masterclass comes with a workbook in which you have certain assignments to complete and share given forums to gain review from peers. She has various case studies that you can refer, and she has given detailed knowledge about every step how to write. Let me start by telling you something about Judy. Don't give up and don't listen to everyone in life because no one knows what you are capable of. This is a beautiful line that Judy says which creates a huge impact on our minds. Judy Blume is an award-winning author who writes amazing books for children, adults and young adults. The most famous book she has written is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, Smart Woman and many more. She has been awarded 90 awards, so I'm sure it is safe to say that definitely she is one of the best writers to gain knowledge from. She starts the masterclass by reading a beautiful letter by a 13-year-old who expresses her emotions towards Judy. The letter really puts you into emotions. Those few lines are super intensive and mark a lot about Judy. She is very practical and says, nobody could teach me how to write. Similarly, I cannot teach you how to write. All that she has to say is her life experience that will lead you a lot and lots of information, knowledge, skills, strategies, and a lot of knowledge. So the masterclass is divided into modules. And the first module says how to find idea. This module is divided into 3 videos. In the first video, she teaches you how one little thought or moment can just motivate you to write an entire book. Judy believes the most powerful stories come from within. Yet, writers need to be highly attentive to the world around them. Oh my God, I just couldn't stop laughing during this particular moment. Very humorously, she explained the use of antenna in the life of the writer. It is amazing how she expresses her experiences and life learnings. She shares her process of identifying and developing strong ideas to create a good book and a good story for the viewers. In the second video, she shares her experience and story behind writing one of the famous books named Tiger Eyes. She says it was based on the loss of her father and how this incident led to writing an entire book. She teaches you how to find the best way to write an entire book. She says she was in a shower when an entire idea and an entire book were formed in her mind and how she implemented these thoughts in her real life. She discusses the highly personal calculations that every writer makes whether to use or not use their personal life stories as material for their novels or books. Judy is such an amazing author and she has explained everything so beautifully. last video of the module is where Judy shares some of the most beautiful incidences of her life. Not everyone has the confidence to share information she has said out loud. She shares this inspiration behind some of the most iconic characters like Margaret and Fudge. She has some superb stories linked behind these characters, and it is all from her life. Trust me, she has the ability to say out loud the stuff you wouldn't even whisper to yourself. 2. Writing for younger readers. Hey, do you like to write for younger readers? Are you fond of writing for children? Do you often go back into the time machine and travel your childhood? In the first part, she teaches how to write to resonate with young readers. Judy teaches how to go back into your childhood version and how you would relate to younger readers. In this module, she takes you back to your entire childhood, starting from school, and takes you through your entire journey. Wow! I felt super joyful doing this, and I developed so many ideas through this activity. She states her opinion about controversial content and how she makes use of such content. So there's a very common question which Judy faces, and that is, how do you learn to write? So an awesome example and answer Judy puts down in this part is writing for younger readers. In the second part, she teaches you how not to write as an adult. Judy says you definitely know that you are an adult, but you really don't have to announce that, because she teaches how to give credit to young kids as they do understand a lot. And if you act as an adult, they won't be able to connect with you. So that was a very simple logic and simple example which Judy gives us to connect and interact with children. So, Module 3. Character, Dialogue and Plot. In this module, Judy teaches how to create lively characters that endure. In the first part, she teaches how to create memorable characters, and she teaches how one should spend time with their own character. She says that compelling characters drive the story forward and keep the readers interested and curious about the next page. But Judy says to accomplish all this, the author must know the characters so well that they should sound like real people to everyone. She also reads a letter loud where a kid expresses her feelings when she reads Judy's book named Margaret. And the kid feels that she really knows this character Margaret in her real life. This is the power of her books, and that is what she teaches in this module. The next part is where she teaches how to write dialogues. Judy says dialogue writing hasn't changed in over years. It has been the same from the start. She says realistic dialogue elevates and sharpens your characters. Judy shares her love of writing dialogue and her ideas for troubleshooting if you don't love it as much as she does, which teaches you a lot about dialogues. She teaches how to capture realistic voice, how to choose simpler words, how to be wary of slang, and how to choose what sounds right with the character and what to avoid. Judy also shares a funny story but an embarrassing incident of her life. In the second part of dialogue writing, Judy shares a case study where she shows the power of character and dialogue together. She shares a case study from one of her very famous book, Tiger Eyes. This is a super emotional part where she expresses all her emotions through this case study. The last part of this module is where Judy teaches how to create a plot structure, and she shares how the word plot freaks her out. But then she tells how she overcomes this anxiety and nervousness. Judy says, don't be intimidated by the thought of writing an entire book. She helps by tackling a book scene by scene, beginning with how to find the starting point for your book. So this activity makes the entire writing a simpler task and definitely fun-loving activity. Coming to Module 4, Writing, Revising and Publishing. In this module, Judy shares her entire journey from the first draft to revision, to rejections, and then finally towards publication. The first part is Judy's writing process. In this part, she tells how she leans on her notebooks for initial drafts. She teaches how to let all the mess come out of your mind and later look for the potential problems in the draft. She also gives tips for the moments when you feel lost, you're blocked, and sometimes you just run out of ideas. You also learn how to make all of this a successful job of your life. This is the best part of the course. Trust me, guys, she has a beautiful teaching skills, and she is obviously blessed with the best writing process and skills. In the next part of this module, she shares one of the best case studies you will ever listen from anyone. This case study is about I think I will let you stay curious about this because I was stuck hearing this and I had goosebumps. And I definitely won't be able to tell you the way she does. So I won't spoil the fun. Hence, I would want you to go get to the course and listen to it. It is beautiful. The case study is absolutely amazing. It is amazing. So after the case study, Judy teaches you how to get ready to submit your writing. She shares what she does before submitting a manuscript. She also shares an important piece of information which tells you how important an agent is for your work and your writing. Once you have gained tips on how to get ready with your writing, then Judy briefs you about her journey with editors. She gives strategies on how to work with editors and how can you maintain some of the best relations because she definitely had the best ones. Does rejection give you anxiety? Are you scared of being rejected? Dude, everyone is. What is important is how you get through it. Rejection is a fact of life if you want to be a writer, says Judy. In this section, Judy walks you through the rejection she faces and how she uses the same to fuel her determination. Trust me, I was super scared of critics and negative comments, but after seeing this video, I've recovered a lot from that phobia. Trust me, I'm super grateful to Judy for this recovery. The last part of this module is marketplace, which is equally important as finding your story, says Judy. Writers should understand the power that titles have on perception and sale. Judy shares a lesson from Trench as well as her view on importance of keeping a clear vision and your identity for this ever-changing market. Module 5. Imagination leads to longevity. It is the last module of Beautiful Journey. It is all about Judy's childhood and career life. She shares how she was an anxious kid and how she developed creativity out of her feelings. You should definitely hear her talk about the early beginnings of her rich imagination. It is awesome. This is the last lesson where Judy describes her career. She starts by sharing about how and why she started writing, what were the reasons behind it. She shares how she desires to feel normal leads to creative, enduring emotions, connections with the reader who want to feel the same way. She has had all the ups and downs but transferred her life into a beautiful journey even after facing numerous problems. She is a fantastic lady and an awesome human being. And Judy concludes her masterclass by fostering the most powerful force in your writing life, your own imagination. She ends with a beautiful line: no one can have too much imagination, let alone a writer. So this was all about the insights of the video. Now let's see what I loved the most about this course and what is my final verdict. So let's talk about the pros of this master course. Let's start with the instructor. Judy is an amazing instructor. She is honest, she is positive, she is a great storyteller, and the way she explains the entire journey is so lovely. Next, you get a workbook that is very valuable and a great source for learning. It has many tips and techniques to overcome your fears of writing. She explains using case studies, which is just admirable and inspiring. The stories that she uses to express her journey are awesome. She has the best explanation for the writing process. Lastly, she is the best author for young writers. In this course, she has an entire chapter where she teaches how to write for young readers, which is the biggest market any reader or writer can get. My final verdict. You wouldn't take this course only if you are least interested in being a writer, but you are here, so it is definitely fair to say that you are a writer or you want to be one. I would definitely recommend this course to every writer out there. Judy is an award winning author with a life full of experiences. She has had an awesome vibe around her throughout the masterclass. Her experience is extremely informative. She is very upfront and straightforward. She has dealt with everything in her journey, which can create a great impact on your learning process. So, I would definitely recommend Judy Blume's masterclass on writing to every fiction writer. And if you like this video, please do not forget to hit a like, share and comment below. Also, if you find this informative, do share it with your friends, because you should remember what we learned in our childhood, right? Sharing is caring. So please like, share and totally add your views in the comment section below. So here, signing off, this is Shamli Shivalkar from Bloggers Ideas, and Bloggers Ideas will be back soon with more informative videos. And for that, do subscribe to our channel and stay tuned. Till then, check the link for Judy's masterclass below and enjoy your course. Happy learning, happy writing.